Here it vibrates out. This is our Buddha's. Buddha. Buddha is the one who is realized. Buddha, the one who is enlightened one. You are the enlightened one. How can you have an ego? You are Buddha, the one who knows. You are Buddha, you are enlightened. Put your hand over there. Ego is the greatest enemy. I see people who suffer from superego. If you take it out, it goes to the ego. It's the greatest enemy you have is superego. When there is no ego. But if there is ego, then whatever you may try with superego, it will come back to ego. So for us, in the West, we have the greatest problem is of ego. Whatever appeals to ego, we run to that. That's how these people are made mad. They say, oh, you can fly, gone. Somebody will say that you will become very powerful, gone. Somebody said that you will become a great guru, finished. When you become the spirit, you become one with the whole. Nobody says that. That's Jewish. And Australia too. But Australia definitely is doing much better. They have a little, no. I don't know why. No, it's coming in the back. Better? When I say you are realized, you are great, you are saying, one more blow into the balloon. You see, if I say you have to create your ideas, one more blow, the balloon blows up, blowing up. When I say that, I say if you create that awareness within is you, that you are here for the torches. You are the torches. But the torches are to be egoless. Because your ideals have been all full of ego. You see anybody, say Churchill, standing there with a stick in his hand. Same thing. Nothing but complete body looks like a ego. Anyone. These ideals have to go away. We have to form new ideals. He was all right for war. We needed him for war. To meet another ego was Hitler. So it was all right to break their heads together. But now we need new ideals. That time is over now. See, when there is flood, you need boats to carry you across, all right? But after reaching the shores, you don't carry the boats with you, do you? You leave them behind, but we do. These boats are no good for us, now we've done the job. Now we have to go ahead with our own feet, all right? So no bloating of the ego should be there. And with that, one would realize that we should not think that in any way we are exceptional. No one should think that you are exceptional. If you start thinking that, only you are blowing up your ego. To Mother, you are not. You have to be ideal. You have to be in the center. You have to be a Sahajogi. That's the most important thing is. Do not judge yourself by what you think of yourself, but what your mother thinks of. How much joy you are giving to your mother. If you make her unhappy, then what's the use? Now don't go into what a game, eh? Immediately, there's a pocket here. The whole balloon goes down there, settles down. Again, as soon as I sit down, it comes. Now you must have noticed that there are very few really seekers in this world, who are true seekers. And those who are seekers must realize also that seekers cannot be happy with anything else but their spirit. This is the test of a seeker. And a non-seeker can never understand a seeker. And it is very difficult to live with a man or a woman who is not a seeker. Because you catch all the bad points and you suffer. The person has an ego, you feel the thing here. The person doesn't feel anything. He's hurting. He is very nicely off. He has his ego intact and he's torturing you as well. But a person who is a seeker is a better person because you can give realization to that person. And then your vibratory awareness can be shared. Nobody will mind anything. But somebody who is not at all a seeker could be a very difficult situation. You cannot make a fruit into a flower, and the flower becomes a fruit. Now you are changed, so you have become the fruit. But you must have a flower around. If you have a flower, you can make it into a fruit. But if it's a leaf, no idea like my mother, my brother, my father, my husband, my wife, and this and that. Those who are already entangled with such problems should learn to not to get more problems. Those who are not flowers should be avoided, forgotten, and locked. Don't do anything about it. Just don't worry. The more you try to improve them, the worse you'll become. They can never improve. I give you a big row to see. If they are not seekers, they will never be a seeker. You cannot inject seeking into them. They may come some material well-being, this, that, but they can never become seekers, and you forget it. You may have to suffer because of that. Because if they are catching, you have to suffer. If they have an Nabhi chakra, you have to suffer. No doubt. But you have committed a mistake and forget it. It can never improve. The person is very difficult to become a seeker. Do not waste your energy. Christ has said, don't throw your pearls. You cannot force anybody to be a seeker. You cannot force. But there are millions and millions of seekers in this world. So forget about all such relationships. Say that you are finished. They may call you mad, they may call you crazy, they may call you anything. They will realize only one thing, that you lead a much better life than they do. You are much more peaceful, blissful, and dharmic, and sane. But they won't accept your life. Forget it. Just play around with them, understanding that they cannot change. Even if they change mentally, they cannot have that urge to be seeking. Because for a seeker, nothing matters. Nothing is important. Nothing gives them joy. Even a little child like that. It's gone off. They are so relaxed. So, any more questions? Watch me here. Kuli and Mia should come and see me tomorrow before going to the program. Coming to the program. You come here, come there, I want to talk to you.
What about the people who
Huh?
are good? What about the people who are good people, dharmic people, not seekers, who got realization, but don't see now the big
Vision. They'll go out of
vision, what is
circulation.
going on,
They have to
etc.
come in Sahaja Yoga. They'll go out of circulation. Absolutely. You see, the thing is, Sahaja Yoga doesn't accept. It rejects more than accepts. It's a judgment going on. Such people will go out of realization. They have to work it out. You may talk to them because they are realized, you can give them bandha and you can work on them. They are the people in whom you could be interested. But they are lost otherwise. I had given a very good example of this was that they make butter out of the butter, what you call that? We call it curd. It's yogurt. They churn it. When they churn it, what happens? Some butter comes out. The rest remains as buttermilk. How do they do it? To separate it from that, they put a big lump of butter in that. Then they churn it. Now the whole butter gets round, that big lump, and it gathers into a big lump, you see. But there are some particles which are left behind. They are butter, they are not buttermilk. If they do not stick to this big thing, they are thrown away with the buttermilk. So those who do not come up to Sahaja Yoga, who are not up to the mark, will be all thrown out, no doubt. That's the fact. You have to come up to the mark. And you should not worry about those. You should have nirapekshita. You should have no attachment for such. No chana for me. Oh, give me some water. That's good to eat away some roots, you see.
Robert, Marcus made a very beautiful Indian sweet, but that
Huh?
was worth having. Marcus has made a very beautiful Indian sweet.
I don't eat any sweet these days, you see. Going into a kind of a penance for some time. No sweets for me. You can all have it. I'd like you to see that. A little penance is needed sometimes for me also.
Would you like a cup of tea, Mother?
Yes, without milk. With lemon. Have you got?
Mother, I've got some chana upstairs. Shall I go and bring it for you?
Huh?
I've got some chana upstairs.
All right, bring it. Chana I don't have. Let us sleep. What was happening?
She was uncomfortable.
Just put her on something comfortable.
No, she's okay. She just feels a little bit restless. When you're 3, it's a strain to be quiet, Mom.
Uh-huh. Now, who are the Exeter people who have come?
Oh, Peter and Jean, Mother, from Tara.
Who? Raise your hand.
Peter and Jean.
Oh, I see. Good. Nice to see you here.
Mother, Peter had some trouble with his back since he got realization.
Yes. Come along here. Will you be able to sit on this one?
Why do we feel food read nothing?
Because the all-pervading power is felt like that. When your spirit is enlightened, it exists everywhere. But you never feel it before you start feeling it when your spirit is awakened. Feel hot, please.
They say they associate warm.
Huh?
You see, when you talk about warm, you talk about love.
Warmth.
The warm feeling is a feeling of love.
You see, we never say that it is nice to be boiling, but we always say it's nice to be cooling. All cancer patients give heat. Whenever one is diseased, it gives heat. You see, another extent could be this, can say that freezing, you see, maybe. That but we say, wash me and I shall be whiter than snow. We never say that you burn me and I shall be brighter than charcoal. But we were surprised. It is very temperate. I mean, it's not a thing that it's freezingly cold. If it is freezingly cold, that means left side. If you get very cold, you see, I mean, it can never be. Cool breeze is actually never very cool. It's not freezing. It could be hot with some people, it could be very cool because of their problems. But if you are a normal person, you feel a cooler sensation. Even here, how much ice people consume, just think of that. On the rocks. They are always on the rocks. Amount of ice cream they consume, the amount of ices they consume in this cold country, and most of the you and your prime minister, they was to eat rhubarb ice. On an icy cold day. I mean, you use much more cooling than we use. And even usages. Like say somebody is very much in a heat and is getting angry, they say cool down, cool down. But if somebody is supposing is lethargic, you don't say boil up. You say awaken, be active, but you never say boil up. It is slightly less than your body temperature. It's not so very cooling as to freeze you. If it is hot, then something wrong with you. I mean, the question why is such that even if there was hot, they would have said, why what hot? But it is cool, is cool. There's no why about God. Good. Coming up. Very bad Sadhisthana. Left one, it goes to the left. That's the worst part. Because they don't believe in giving us any peaceful time. If there is an earthquake, they'll write it first page. If there is somebody a ripper, you'll find 5 columns of articles written on this horrible ripper. Is he your idea? And about Sahaj Yoga, they are not willing to write even one sentence. Now he is the ideal of the people. So shameful, I tell you, the whole thing is. I feel like vomiting. What depravity. Another one I have brought to show you, which some of you should try to answer. Where is that? Did you bring one? John? I mean, I can't even discuss it, but the brain trust should see it. Where the mind of the people is going, where they are attracted. What did you bring? Oh God. I wanted the magazine.
It's just a Daily Telegraph.
Where's Telegraph magazine is there? Sunday Telegraph. All right. Gavin, you can get it. Some of you should get it. There's something one should see. Horrible. They have tried to describe the prostitutes of Bombay. Are you finished with yours? In a very horrid way. Absolutely nude they have shown these women. In India, pornography is not allowed. So this is a way of having a pornography. It's very, very subtle. And that is a place where people just don't go. I mean, that road nobody would go through. It's regarded as an inauspicious place. If somebody has to go from there, they'll come and have a bath. Only the sailors go there, mostly. But where is your attention is the point, you know. Very horrible picture. You go to Nepal. I mean, we never saw anything there. Till Gregor told me that this is all here. I said, really, where is it? He said, on top. I said, where? He said, where these Japanese has gone up with 3 ladders, you see, hanging in the air, projecting zoom lenses. This is just to support their weaknesses, perhaps. Come in, come. Come forward. You can move some of you this side, I think. There's a lot of room. On this side. I think you all can, Graham and all that, you can come this side. And Malcolm, you can come. Phil, I think, have I any place where I can talk to people a little bit in privacy?
Yes, Mother, we can tidy the girls' room.
Huh?
Yes, Mother, we can tidy the girls' room for you.
All right, so I'll go upstairs.
Is that all right for you? What if we were to go upstairs? Would that not be easier?
Huh?
Wouldn't it be easier if we went upstairs?
No.
Because
Why
we've
not?
got to give people
You know, now I bought a house which is 5-story.
That was the problem. That was what we were all worried about.
No, it's all right.
Why don't we go upstairs?
No, I'm all right.
Linda, go inside to the room.
Where's Cooley gone? Just call him here.
He's just busy at the moment.
Huh?
There's someone at the door for you.
Let him come. Somebody else could be busy. People think we can be on our own, you see. We start thinking like that. We can start working it out on our own, you see. That's why if you write about chakras, be very careful. Nothing can be worked on your own. The thing, our relationship is with Mother, direct.
Well, this is for Sahajogis,
No.
not for normal people.
It is for Sahajogis.
Yes, it's for information to further your knowledge of Sahaja so to know a little bit more about yourself.
No, then I would suggest that if it is the information for Sahajogis, first thing you should say this, that. What information they need is that they cannot work it on their own. Mother only loves those who love each other. Anybody who thinks I can work it on my own, I have a special relationship with Mother, should know that they are going out. This sentence you put first. Then I don't mind writing about introduction.
Oh, yes, that's...
Because they will know all about chakras and still not be
Yes,
in
of
there.
course, of course.
Better now. That is the part. It said the एक ही अक्षर प्रेम का पढ़े सो पंडित हुआ. Akshara. Akshara means actually word in normal way. But what is akshara? I mean the one that never was never destroyed, which never diminishes. So only one word of love. The one who can read that word becomes the Pandita, the will becomes the Vidvana. All the rest of knowledge is useless. If you can only love people who are related to you by material life and not the others, that's wrong. Sahajogis are your real relations. Just don't let me. Now better now. Try to produce children. That's why I said that don't look after others' children, because all your desire to be parents will be finished with that and you'll have an excuse, you see. You better get selfish on that one and produce children, for heaven's sake. All marriages have turned out to be wastage for me. With understanding. Otherwise you will get thugs in you as your children. With understanding, with love, with aspiration that the blessings of God has to come. Otherwise what marriages? Oh God. I don't know. As it is, your foundations are weak. And such great people want to get their birth on this earth. And you are so adamant. Poor things.
Patrick from Birmingham, the newcomer.
Oh,
Patrick. How you doing?
I could see that. But he'll be alright, he's a Sikh. He's alright. You got the cool breeze? Are you feeling the cool breeze, Patrick? Not yet? Vishuddhi here. Anybody cure is Vishuddhi, is pure. Just put your hand. Douglas, will you please try?